Hello my sugar plums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's video I'm gonna be showing you how I make this beautiful charcuterie board for my sister-in-law. She was visiting and I wanted to give her something very nice because she loved to entertain and have family and friend over. So I wanted to give her something that she can use, and I also wanted to have like the board to be extremely big so she can, use as many food that she can, fit on top of it. Now this board is very big, guys. It's 28 and 1/4 inch long and 11 inches wide and 3/4 inch of thickness. Now the reason that I chose this board is because it is acacia tree. Now this acacia wood, guys, is very nice when you choosing like anything that gonna come in contact with food, or it's gonna be out in water, in like outside, like in the humidity or anything like this, because acacia wood is very high durability, is prevented to from scratching easily. It's also very much water resistant, so which means that it's not gonna warp or deform anytime soon, and also that also mean that it is a very highly resistant to fungus, because it's gonna come in contact with food. So we're gonna make sure that we choose something very nice. So make sure if you're gonna choose something that have to do with like board, like a cheese board or anything that's gonna come in contact with food, make sure that you choose like a wood that is very high in like water resistant, or scratch easily, or doesn't scratch easily, or it's like very or naturally antibacterial. So this one is a very good wood to choose. So remember, acacia tree, it's a good one. So what I went and did, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and painted my board first with my color that I was gonna make my ocean. I decided I was gonna do like a sunset beach ocean, because I was gonna give that board to her with the sunset beach coaster that I made. I also made this on this channel. I'm gonna go ahead and link the video right there. It's gonna be on the top left or right, I don't know, it's gonna be there anyway. If you want to see those coasters as well, how I made the same type of coasters, I'll leave the link for you up there, so you can just click on it, or it's gonna be also in the description box at the bottom part. So I went and painted my board with the same color that I'm gonna be using. And also, guys, quickly, before you do any project like this, make sure you protect the bottom part of it. I use painter's tape to do that, but unfortunately I went out of 3M tape. Big mistake. My tape kept coming off, so I did have to sand and polish and oil the bottom part after, but it's fine. But make sure you have like a good quality tape. If you're gonna do that, make sure you tape the bottom, and this will prevent you any other work after. So after I finish painted my board the way I wanted the color to be, I'm gonna go ahead and use my colors, exactly the same color that I use, but instead of using acrylic paint, I make sure I try to match the colors with mica powder. And this time I'm using different type from different brand. I'm using from Black Diamond, I'm using from Hippie Crafter. I also use from what was that company called? I can't remember, but I'll make sure I link everything for you down below. And everything that I use, guys, is always inside the Amazon store that I created just for you. So you can just click on the link that says Amazon store directly in the description box, and you'll see everything that I use. Is also, I already put everything that I use in my videos inside the store, so you can find that very easily. And I'm just gonna go in, after I finish mixing my mica powder with my my epoxy, I went and go and mix them just as a regular ocean. I make those ocean all the time on my channel. I'm just gonna match the colors, and then I'm gonna use my heat gun to heat it up and kind of mix the color a little bit, and then of course I'm gonna go over it with my torch to pop any bubble. And if you wonder what kind of epoxy I'm using, I am using Marine Supplies, their tabletop epoxy. This is my epoxy of choice. I've been using it since I started this channel like a couple of years ago, and I love using that epoxy, and that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. But I am also open to use any other epoxy, so anybody, if you want to sponsor me or anything like this, so let me know. I always am happy to use to try other products. So yeah, shameless plug. But anyway, after I finished adding my my colors. I went with a clear coat, you know, around where I'm gonna have my beach area. And then this part, this is you have to do that when you're gonna do your wave. You have to do like a coat of clear first, and then you do your white at the bottom. Now my what I'm gonna be using, this is gonna be just a resin for my wave, and then you just put it really at the bottom part where you have your clear. That way when you use your heat gun to push it, it will glide more, you know, you'll just glide over it and create some beautiful wave. Now I'm using this tape to kind of do my wave, and this is not the smaller size, but it's like the one before the smaller size. I don't know how to explain that to you, but I'm just gonna go ahead and push, you know, the wave in. I'm gonna continue doing that until I completely do all the wave the way that I want, and then that's it. I'm gonna call this off after that for day number 1. You know, whenever you're doing resin project, guys, it's gonna take a couple of days, depending on how many, you know, coat you're gonna be doing, how many layers you're gonna be doing. It's gonna take a while. Now this I think I did it for like 3 days because I was, you know, I was short on time between working my regular job and doing that project. Plus I was doing a couple of more projects for her and her family, so I was running out of time. So I think I only did like 2 or 3 coats. And guys, now this part right there, they were supposed to say the Perdomo family, but unfortunately I completely forgot to measure the part where my beach was gonna be you know, showing. And I was talking to my husband when I was putting this down. He was like saying like some kind of joke, and I was like laughing, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So I literally just take the first I took the Perdomo and then I put it down, and then I completely forgot to leave space to put family, the word, because I cut it in 2 when I was doing, because I did that on my Cricut. And then I was like, I didn't realize that until I completely finished, and I was like, I've completely, you know, didn't leave any space to put the family. But since I was making this for her, I was thinking like, well, you know, maybe that will say, you know, the Perdomo. She will be like the Perdomo, you know, the lady of the family, and that's for her anyway. So I hope she understands. But anyway, guys, so after I finished doing that, that was like day number 2. I went and put my you know, the name there. And then now for day number 2, I'm gonna do a repeat. Basically, you're gonna repeat the same process that you did under number 1, but this time you're gonna make sure that your color is gonna be a lot, and I'm talking about extremely sheer than the first coat, because you still want the part at the bottom to be showing, so that way you still have like the wave showing at the bottom. That will give dimension to your piece whenever you do it that way. So the first coat we did with acrylic paint, the second coat we did with the epoxy and mica powder. Now the third coat we're gonna be doing with alcohol ink, and we know alcohol ink, it is very sheer, so that's what we want to do for our last top coat. So as you can see, I put my alcohol ink. I still can see the color at the bottom, but this part is gonna add dimension and depth to your piece. So always last step, always use alcohol ink. That's my preference anyway. Or if you're gonna use mica or acrylic paint, make sure you use a tiny little bit so that the epoxy can be, or the colors can be a lot more sheer than the one at the bottom. Again, we're gonna repeat the same thing. I'm gonna put my color down, mix them with my heat gun, and then we're gonna go over the whole thing again with a coat of clear, and we're gonna repeat our wave. In this part, we're gonna just do it in like different location, just to add a dimension, and also put clear all over the top to kind of seal the vinyl that I put down with the name. We want to do that. If you're gonna put anything down, unless you're just gonna, you know, engrave it down, but if you're gonna be using vinyl, make sure you seal that out, because it will come off if you don't seal it out with resin. As you can see, I went with my second wave, and at this time I'm gonna go straight on top of the first big wave that we did. And I also am gonna go ahead and clean out the I'm doing it right now. You can see I'm cleaning out the bottom first wave because we want the line to be a lot more cleaner than it's, you know, than this. So I went over and add a nice thick line of wave. I'm not gonna touch that part one. I'm just gonna leave it there, and because I want to clean a very nice and clean edge. And then again, this time I'm gonna go and use a very, very fine, like precise tape for my heat gun. And this tape, what it does, it just kind of use like in very, very precise location where you have the tape. This is where only it's gonna move. It doesn't push like a lot of wind, but just like a little bit of wind, like where you put the tape. So that's what I'm gonna be using to kind of create those wave. And I'm just adding more wave, you know, where I want them to be bigger and where you want them to be smaller, you add just a very thin line. And that's what I'm doing, guys. I did many epoxy resin, you know, project on my channel. So if you're interested to watch more of those type of projects, you can click directly in, you know, on my channel page, and you can see all the projects that I have done before. Like them, watch them, share them with your friend and family. And also, guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, just go ahead and do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. It's not gonna cost you anything. All you have to do is just click that button that says subscribe, hit the bell icon, and select all, so that way you don't miss any of my video when I post them down. And also, I have all my social media linked down in my description box. So if you want, you can just click on that and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on TikTok. Now, this is day number 3. My board is done, and like I say, guys, this time I didn't do like 3 or 4 coat on it because, like I say, I was running out of time. And make sure I went and completed and make sure the ocean part is completed and match my coasters. Now, as I told you before, my tape kept coming off, so I did have a lot of like you know, sanding to do at the bottom, and then I sanded everything, and then I make sure I put you know, the board oil on it, make sure everything is nice and clean. And this is the final result. I absolutely love the board. It's big, it's very nice, and it turned out extremely beautiful, and she absolutely loved it, which is again the whole point. Now, guys, that's it for the video today. Again, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friend and family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. That will help me out a lot. I love you guys so much. I will see you on next video, and until then, you know the drill. Be blessed and stay blessed. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.